for them? Is it right? We've got to keep it. It separates the pub to the... Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Night Club here at the Longlands with James Hutchinson and AJT. How are you doing, mate?
Good, mate. Thank you. Very, very
nice
good.
Nice
good
one.
to be here once again.
Good stuff. Got loads to cover this week, everybody. Obviously, the season ticket prices for next season.
Sorry, man.
Do you want to answer that?
We're watching the live stream.
Season ticket prices for next season were revealed last Thursday and saw a slight price increase, the second in 15 years. However, will a defeat against Brentford at the weekend have a greater impact on sales than any price rise? We'll talk about that in a minute, mate.
Yeah.
Let us know, viewers, what you think. As well as looking back, we're going to look ahead to the two games this week, massive games now, against Preston at home on Wednesday and Aston Villa at the weekend. We'll also do our predictions again like we did last week. As always, viewers, get yourselves involved. It's your show. Let us know what you think and give us all your opinions on all things to do with the Boro. So, AJ, as we mentioned at the top of the show, were you surprised to see the club announce a price rise in the cost of season tickets for next season?
Yeah, it was definitely a difference, definitely a shock. By 30 quid, I mean, that's an exceptional thing. I mean, I should say it's a great sort of increase. Don't agree with it, mate. If I'm absolutely honest with you, James. If we go up, right? Yeah. If we were in the Premier League, we'd say, right, £30 more, that's the way it is. Fair play, no problem. £30 more, it's fair. But when Boro's in the Championship, I'm sorry, I can't agree with it. I mean,
even though let's say 30 quid, it more or less counts like £1 extra a game. Do you still think that's? And I mean, it's only the second increase in 15 years.
The price of the match ticket now for an adult is 30 quid.
Yeah, I think match by match. Yeah.
So now next season you'll be paying £31. Why should you have to pay the pound extra?
I don't know if they will. I think that's like season ticket holders, so it'll be an extra 30 quid up for season ticket holders. So it'll be like an extra £1 a game for them. Like you say, I do agree with you about the match day tickets. I think they're very expensive if you're paying for a game at a time, and that's probably why we don't get many big crowds in terms of season ticket holders. I think we're just over 20,000. Our gates tend to be about 22, 23, because not many people are going to walk up and pay over £30 to watch a championship match.
You got no chance. And I look at the likes of Manchester City who charge what, 250 quid an adult season ticket.
Right, blimey it.
Huddersfield in the first one back to the Premier League charge 150 quid.
It's fantastic that, yeah.
Season ticket.
Yeah.
I think United's not even that much to go and watch them. Right. United's below £1,000, and you think you'd expect the likes of City to be charging you £1,000 and a bit to go and watch them, but they don't charge you very little. So the reasons why we charge so much, I don't agree with it, because you don't have to realistically do it. Right.
Do you think maybe the club have done it because obviously in the summer the parachute payments run out and they're looking at a way to try and get a little bit more money in?
I guess so. I mean, it is what it is. No matter how much they put it up by, mate, you know what I mean, the Boro fans are still going to go out in the thousands and get season tickets, because at the end of the day, everyone loves the football club, it's the way it is.
Well, I think we've got round about 20,000 season ticket holders at the minute, mate. How many do you think will be there realistically next season? How many do you think are going to be there? It depends on a number of things, doesn't it? What division we're in.
We're in the Championship still.
Yeah.
Tony Pugh's still the manager. Uchi will be the only ones with a season ticket next season. No. You'd hope 20,000. I remember, flipping it, Uchi, I'd say about 15, 18.
Yeah.
Even that, I think.
I think I agree. I think if we don't go up, I think there will be a slight decrease in season ticket sales. I think if we go up, it'll go up.
Oh, because the shop last time I went to bed. Premier League, that's the annoying thing. Everyone came out, I'm going to get one, but...
That's just how it is. I think that's the same at most clubs. That if you go up to the Premier League, people will get a season ticket because they want to see the likes of Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea. They want to see all those teams, don't they? So that happens at every club. I don't think the Boro any different to anywhere else there, mate. Let us know, Boro fans, what do you think? How do you think the season ticket sales will go over the course of the next few months? Do you think we'll have an increase on what we've got this season? Let us know. Anyone got in touch about the season tickets there, mate?
People, Matty Groves just said there, the club seem a bit skint, to be honest. We're going to struggle next season if we don't go up. A lot of people said HD stream. What is this? A HD stream?
Alright.
Not bad, 4K if you want it in 4K.
Fantastic.
Good evening, lads, from Jack Hunter. He's always here.
Jack.
I can't... Can you pronounce it? Gaming Going or something he's called?
Yeah, no lads, how's it going?
Lee Bailey.
Bailey, yeah. Evening, Lee. Hello. All the best, mate.
Very unlikely Boro will go up this season. I say I don't like that. That's a comment that I don't like that very much, because people today and like this whole radio on big weekends coming to Boro, that means that we're not going to go back to Wembley with the Boro. I've seen it all over the place. Call me a fit Boro fan, but I'm not going. Well, hang on. First and foremost, right, it's a music concert, right? And you can go and watch music concerts whenever you want to go. Whenever you want to go and do it.
And it's on the Saturday and the Sunday. If we get the playoff final,
It's
the
a
playoff
Monday.
finals on
Of
the
course,
Monday.
people are going to be travelling down on Sunday, like we would be. If we
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, it's music, or it's a chance to maybe see Boro make history at Wembley wins for the first time. People are debating, going, I know, but it won't happen. I'm sorry, but how can you say it's not going to happen?
Interesting fact for you, it might not be interesting, you might not think so. When Norwich beat us in the playoff final in 2015, guess where Radio 1's big weekend was that weekend?
It was in Norwich.
It was in Norwich, yeah. And they won the
Norwich,
playoff final, so there you go, you heard it here first. We win the playoff final this year, it's because of Radio 1. Right.
That's it. But like I say, it's because of Miley Cyrus on the Saturday, and me and her going to managerial for the farmers and that. A little bit faster.
Don't hold your breath, mate.
No.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, me and Storm V, and then like flipping Bongo somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
You never know these things.
You don't, mate.
You know what I mean?
I think we'll talk football, yeah. Stick with the foot,
Stick
yeah.
to the football,
yeah.
mate.
Brentford on Saturday, mate. Couldn't have asked for a much better start, could we? Ashley Fletcher scored second game running.
Yeah.
6 minute. First half was really open though. What did you make of the first half on Saturday?
I thought, like I said, the start was absolutely excellent. The attitude we shown to get straight at them. You know, early goal straight away.
Yeah.
You know, and then goalkeeper looked a bit nervous. You know, fumbled the shot. Fletcher put it in.
Yeah.
We looked flying, but the one thing that stood out to me was their 2 disallowed on goals. And I thought to myself, if they get another one, it ain't going to be disallowed. It ain't going to be offside.
They hit the bar. Mopey should have scored in the first couple of minutes when he got through and he chipped Randolph, and he should have buried that. I mean, I don't know about you, I never felt comfortable at all at that match on Saturday. For all people saying, oh, things changed when he made the substitution, which we'll talk about later on the second half. Even in the first half, for all we were 1 goal up, yes, we could have scored more, but Brentford could have scored 2, 3, maybe themselves in the first half.
I completely agree, and I mean, at half time, to be fair, I know we had the chances in that, people with the concourse in that we should have been 2-3 up, and the problem with us is, when we got the chances there, we always think, oh, it's alright, don't take long, because we're going to get another one, and that's our biggest downfall.
We don't score many goals, do we?
Yeah.
So,
and this season for me, it's been so disappointing, mate. It really has, you know, and, you know, almost on like my own personal level, I've been so gutted with how the season's panned out, all the hype around it and all this, and, you know, this, that and the other, but the fact of the matter is, it's been really poor. And Tony Pulis doesn't help himself on Saturday, when he's just getting the fans back on his side. With 4 games unbeaten, the chance to change your own form, and then he goes and does whatever, you know what I mean, goes and does that in the second half, and you think, Tony, you had the fans there, mate.
Yeah.
You had them back, and now, after all the booing and all that, it's back to negative football again, you know, so...
Oh, I got a text here from a fan who watches the show, Dave Richardson, goes home and away, goes to all the games. He says, I'm a big Pulis fan, always have been, but how on earth can I defend him after the tactically suicidal decisions that he made on Saturday?
I said it on Saturday, I said it in the interview, I said, listen, I said to Gessie, you know, and if you don't, you know what I mean, it's there on the camera, and I said to him, I've never once this season, ever dug Pulis out, and not... If I have done it, hasn't been in sort of like a negative light. I've never done it once because I thought I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, he's had no money to spend. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But when he does something on Saturday of his experience to go and do what he did, I'd expect that from a manager that's just come into the game to do something like that. Not from a manager that's been kicking about loads, been to Europe with different teams and finals. To go and do what he did, and I thought, Pulis, that wasn't right. That was unforgivable, because at the end of the day, an hour played, mate, the 3 points are still going to Boro at the end of the game. They're still going to us. Now, to why he feels the need to say, do you know what it is? I'm going to go and defend a 1-0 lead on 60 minutes with half an hour to play. As soon as he brought on Josh Friend, they pushed up 10 yards, we dropped back. And
yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, I agree with a fair bit of what you've said there, mate. I mean, in terms of Pulis, he did get it wrong on Saturday. The result proves that he got it wrong. What I will say is, the majority of occasions this year, he's got it right, decisions-wise, and he's made changes, or he's played a formation, you think, I can't see that. I mean, that game at Blackburn the other week, when that set-up was announced before the game, I was thinking, how the hell is that going to work? Having Saville and Howson as your wing-backs, it's worked a treat. On Saturday, yes, he got it wrong. What I will say is, for the second game running, and I don't like calling players out or criticising players, but for me, and you might disagree with me on this, I didn't think Assombalonga did much again on Saturday. He's disappointed me lately. I think he owes the team a bit of a performance, and I can see why Pulis took him off on Saturday. Where I didn't agree with Pulis is who he took him off for. And I think he should have either brought Hugel on or Tavernier. He should have brought one of them on rather than he handed the initiative to Brentford when he brought Friend on. And I know why he brought Friend on in a way, because we were starting to struggle a little bit, I thought, in terms of they were getting a lot of joy on the wings. and I think he thought, right, I'll shore things up a little bit there. I'll have a proper defensive full-back on. It didn't work that way, though, did it?
It was just... listen, Britt's on Bolonga at the minute, you know, and he gets this, he gets said this and that about him and everything else, but it's true. You know, he's missed 3 chances in these games that have gone by, and everybody wants to see a sort of performance from him. And then I just thought to myself, on Saturday, the way he went off the pitch, I thought, Pulis, that hasn't helped him that. And I know he wasn't playing the best, but you give him one chance in that game, he's going to bury it. He's going to bury it because he knows there's pressure on his shoulders now to deliver. Do
you think so? Because I don't know, Boro fans let us know, I don't know if there is pressure on Assombalonga's shoulder. I think Pulis has a go at him at times at the game, and I feel that's a bit unfair. But I don't feel as though there is pressure on Assombalonga because he looks and knows his competition in terms of strikers at the club. Fletcher, who's playing at the minute, who's been out in the cold nearly all season, he might as well have been in the Antarctic or something. He's that cold at where he's been. Hugill, who's just like dropped off the face I think last week, and Rudy Gestead, who there's absolutely no chance of playing it. So that's your competition. For me, I think Assombalonga more or less knows I'm going to be playing most weeks because he is no other competition. So I get what you're saying about pressure, but I don't know if there really is pressure on him.
Pressure to deliver in the fact that he will cost us £15 million, and people always go back to it. You know, you know what I mean? He's our highest goal scorer. He's only, let's be real, until Aston Fletcher came on the scene, he's our go-to man, Assombalonga. We're relying on him week in, week out. Now, at the minute, I think he knows he's got to score a goal, you know, to get back in the good books with Pulis, you know, to not get subbed off and anything else. His attitude when he walked off and he went in a strap, I thought to myself, it's because I'm sure in his head he's trying his hardest.
I don't think he goes on not to perform. I don't disagree with you there.
I feel like if he starts again against Preston, he's just got to take a chance. None of this fancy dance with the ball. He's just got to take his chance, because if he doesn't, I'll tell you now, Hugill, don't be surprised to see him in the team on Wednesday alongside Fletcher.
It could be.
You know, don't be surprised, because I think Pulis is looking at Assombalonga going, look, come on,
I'm giving you the opportunities.
Well, he had patches, doesn't he, where, you know, start the season, he'll score, and he drops off for Christmas.
I don't think it's just about the goal scoring, mate. I think what's concerned me a little bit is in terms of his general play, especially in the last 2 games, and I don't know if he's contributed enough even. And I know his main job is to score goals, but I think his all-round play, for me, has not been good enough in the last 2 games. That's just my opinion.
Someone said here, need Van der Parra to start. Where is he?
Well,
where is he, mate?
That's the worry, isn't it? I mean, he came to the club even before the transfer window opened in January, so he's been at the club since the end of December, and he's hardly figured. John Obi Mikel was in China, and then the weekend he played straight away, and he's been playing week in, week out. Van der Parra just not shown at all. I mean, that's been a poor signing at the moment.
I've said it at times to you, in the second half when Savile and Housen look to get tired, you got 2 men there. You got 2 really, and I mean, fast wingers. And okay, they might not be the best defender, but listen, they're going to get up and down for you in all game.
He wasn't even on the bench on Saturday, was he?
That's what I mean.
So there's an issue there.
He was at the stadium. I've seen him go through the players' car park.
Right, so there's an issue there because he didn't even make the 18 on Saturday.
It's mental, like I say, I don't know what's quite going on, but I look at our next 4 games up here, and I'm being completely honest with you, I really do fear him. I really do fear him. The next 4 games, they're just going to define our season for me. And if we come out in the next 4 games with very, very little points, for me, I mean, it might be the fact that you have to say goodbye to the playoffs. And I've tried to be positive all season long when I can be. But at the minute, they're just testing me. I think we take 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. Yeah. Let
us know, what do you think? How do you see our season heading now? Like I say, it's 2 games now without a win. Just 1 point from Wigan away, Brentford at home.
Absolutely.
And like you say, we've got a testing run of fixtures coming up now.
Keane Finch is wrote in there, sorry mate. Keane Finn, big fan of the channel.
Alright, Keane.
Knows Uchi. Worry for Wednesday, Preston are a decent side. In top class form, will struggle.
I mean, we'll look at that a little bit more in depth at a minute, but I mean, they've won their last 5 away games in a row. I mean, that's some form, that to do that, but
yeah, we'll look at them. They're a decent team.
Like so many teams, like, I mean, Brentford. What annoyed me a little bit after the game on Saturday is I heard 1 or 2 people saying we should never be getting beat at home to Brentford, and I think that's shown quite a lot of disrespect to Brentford. They're probably one of the better footballing teams in the Championship. They're a very good team, and year in, year out, they lose players, but they still produce good footballing teams. And we saw that on Saturday. They played some great stuff. And I mean, that was a stat at the weekend that was said, first time in 4 years, Boro lost a game having taken the lead. First time in 4 years we've done that, Forest away 2015, so that's 4 years since we've taken the lead in a game and lost.
I feel like that one now in my head. 2015 Forest away?
Yeah, the year we got the playoff final. and got beat. And Grant Ledbetter scored.
Ledbetter scored, yeah.
And we lost 2-1.
Yeah, because Mills, I think, was one who scored for them.
I can't remember. I don't know if that was the year after when we got Brent, when he scored earlier. But we
lost
2-1.
Yeah, because I remember we were a year later we were back and beat 2-1.
We beat 2-1, yeah. But anyway, after the game, like we said earlier on, Tony Pulis came in for a fair bit of criticism and stick. Funnily enough, on Saturday night, his old club, West Brom, go and get rid of Darren Moore. What do you make of that decision to get rid of him? That's
probably one of the maddest things I've ever seen. Just to touch on what you said about Tony Pulis then as well. Sorry, before we talk about Darren Moore.
Yeah.
What he said in his interview really got my back up.
What was it? What upset you? If I've got something wrong. If
I've made a mistake, if I've got something wrong. What do you mean by if? What's the if mean? Pulis, you made the mistake. It's not this, if I made a mistake. Stop trying to dodge the bullet and then trying to say, oh, Britt didn't look sharp enough. Well, Britt didn't make the change to come off, did he? Therefore, the man that has to take the blame is he should have gone, I'll hold my hands up. I have to take the blame because I made the mistake. Forget this if business. Yeah. And admit, for the first time, you were in the wrong. But do you know what it is? We have to go again.
I don't have an issue with him getting it wrong. Like I say,
I don't have an issue with getting it wrong. It's when he comes out and it's the fact of he saying if. Well, you can't say if because the 22,000 people that were there seen. Yeah. There was no ifs. Yeah. You know what I mean? No one else made the mistake, but the man who's on touch the line and you know what I mean? He watches the game, you know what I mean? Everyone else does, but I thought to myself, you can't say if because that's just going to get me annoyed. But as for the Darren Moore, that was mental. I mean, they only drew a game at bottom of the league. You know what I mean?
So then, by the same token, do you think then it's mad that some Boro fans are calling for Pulis' head? Because at the end of the day, we're 3 points behind West Brom with a game in hand, similar sort of position to them. Yet there is, and you can't deny it, there's people that are calling for Pulis' head here. So do you think that's...
I heard a lot of rumours this morning when I went to my workplace, people saying, he's gone this morning. I said, who is this? I said, Pulis. I said, no, he's not. No. It would be so silly, no matter how much he annoys us, like I've just said then, by what he says, it would be so silly right now to Boro to turn around and say, right, Pulis been the sack. It's the worst thing you can do. When you look at it in hindsight, and as frustrated as we all get on this show, and we come on, we kick off at the Boro, as frustrated as we are, when you look at it as an overview, we're still in the playoffs, still got a game in hand. You sack Pulis now, you're going to have Jonathan Woodgate or Curtis Fleming until the end of the season.
Yeah, in all likelihood, you're not probably going to get another manager coming in now.
You're going to fall away from the playoffs.
11 games,
You're going to end up being 8th. Because there's a new
manager. You
can't
change the players, those players are what you've got, and that's it.
West Brom to do that, well, I'm really sorry, but it's such a silly thing to do. 2 months of the season left, sticking with him. Yeah. Like we are with Pulis, let's be real. Come the end of the season, as soon as the contract's finished, he's realistically gone.
I think the one thing is, isn't it, West Brom probably play a totally different way to what we do, totally contrasting way. They are very attack-minded. They're not getting the results at the minute. I think they haven't won at home since Boxing Day, which is obviously bothering a lot of their fans, but they're still up there, and they have been up there all season, haven't they? Yeah. So, like I say, in hindsight, I think looking from the outside, a lot of people are saying, "How can you get rid of your manager when you're 4th in the league?" And you're more or less, I think certainly for West Brom, I think they've got a great chance of being in the playoffs. Could even make top 2 still, although that's looking a little bit less certain now. But going to be a playoff team, and you're getting rid of your manager with 10 games to go.
It's the most about. I say when I seen it, I thought it was a lie. When I Sky Sports, and I think, and that's just, it's such a silly thing to do. I know everyone wants Pulis out, but at this moment in time right now, you just got to stick with him. I know it's not what everybody wanted at the start of the season. Nobody wanted him in, apart from maybe a few people, you know.
I don't know at the start of the season, mate, if we could have wished to be in a better position than what we are now. With the squad we've got and the money we've spent or haven't spent and what we've had to sell.
The matter is, I've said it since the start of the season, if you're going to be in the playoffs, you've got to win them. There's no point in us being in here now and not thinking to ourselves, you know what, we're going to go to Wembley and win. I think the players that lost at Wembley last time will know that if they go there again, that they don't want to lose. But like I say, it's one of them where, like Keane says there, football is a results business.
It is, and I agree with that, Keane. I don't know, I just think nowadays managers get far less time to get results than they did in the past. And I think now it's just like, Pulis has been at the club now for less than 18 months, and yet he's expected, with no money, to deliver a team that's going to take you to the Premier League. Well, the Championship's one of the most competitive leagues you can be in. There's about 12 teams in that division that'll say, we should be in the Premier League, not just the Boro. And some clubs have spent a hell of a lot more money than us, and they're nowhere near the playoffs.
It's so tight in the Championship at the minute, it's absolutely mental, but all we can keep doing is to keep going forward and forward and forward. And I get it's frustrating, but as I said to you there, the next 4 games for me, mate, they really do, and I mean really do define our season. If we go out Bristol City and see if we've lost the game, and then it depends whereabouts we are, because, you know, after the Bristol City game, I've got another like trips to Swansea City and Reading at home, and they're fighting for their lives. And the thing is, from now to then, it's a massive test and a massive push.
Still a lot of football to be played, mate. I mean, the first of those 4 games you're talking about is Preston on Wednesday night. I think after the results at the weekend, I think top 2's gone now, and I think it's safe to say that top 2's gone. And I think we're looking at now trying to secure our playoff spot. But that's not going to be easy on Wednesday night against Preston. Like we said, won 5 away games in a row, 10 matches undefeated. A 10-match undefeated run, 4 points off the playoffs, so they've got a lot to play for. And I think we've played them twice this season at Deepdale in the Carabao Cup and in the league. Drew both games, so it's going to be a tough one Wednesday night, isn't it?
We won one of them.
We won it on penalties. We drew the game. We won it on penalties.
Tavernier with absolute belt to the top bin, and he ran on the pitch actually when he scored that. But even in the league, I thought we were looking to come in with a point.
I thought we were looking to get a point there in the league,
Preston are a team that I very much underestimated. Another team, maybe that's what you look at and go, it's only Preston. But you say it's only Preston. It's only Preston that went to QPR a few weeks back and did them 4-1. It's only Preston that have won 5 in the bounce away from home. This is going to be, it could be harder than what it was on Saturday.
They're another good team, and a team not to be underestimated. I mean, Alex Neil's done a good job there. He took Norwich up against us in the playoff final in 2015.
Cheers, mate. Cheers for that one.
They've got a team, very few stars, but they deliver results, and they're good at the championship at this level, aren't they?
I think it's Johnson's the midfielder.
Daniel Johnson's good. He started out at Aston Villa.
He scored at the weekend.
He scored
the winner, didn't he, against Blackburn? And I mean, listen, when they're coming off the back of you know what I mean, after beating Blackburn away, which is obviously one of their biggest games of the season. I think it was 7,500 Preston fans went there. They've got to win that game.
That's not far off what they get for home matches at Preston. I couldn't believe it took 7,500 to Blackburn.
Fact of the matter is, you've got to look at all these games now, and they're coming off the back of that one. We're coming off the back of a disappointing 2-1 defeat. Their fans are going to be up for it. The players are going to be up for it. And if we're not up for it, mate, they could embarrass you. They could do you another 2-0. And then the thing is, if we get beat on Wednesday, we'll be going to the stadium thinking, it's all going to fall to pieces here. This is going to be the end of it.
I think the start's going to be very interesting on Wednesday night, because I think the crowd could go one or two ways. And if they make a positive start and get into Preston and look like they've got something to offer, then I think the crowd will stick with them. But if it's not a good start,
if they score first, don't be surprised to see the boos come back and the toxicness. Because let's be real, you know, the whole toxic sort of scenario hasn't been there the last couple of weeks.
No.
But I guarantee it will be on Wednesday. But it's because of silly mistakes we make. And that's it.
Well, we'll do the prediction for that match in a bit when we do the predictions at the end. And talking of hard-fought games, at the weekend we go to Villa Park and face Aston Villa, who beat us in the playoff semi-final last year.
This is getting good, all these extra results. I mean, they're all brilliant. These are all brilliant.
Talking of hard-fought, though, what did you make of that yesterday in the Birmingham Villa derby with Jack Grealish?
Jack Grealish is the man. Listen, a lot of football fans don't. I love Jack Grealish. I think he's wicked. I even signed him on FIFA. I think the guy is. Jack Grealish, his attitude for me, I love it. He's a cocky young lad. And when he gets on the ball, he's got a talent. And teams don't like him, I don't think, because of the fact of the matter is,
because he can hurt the
he's
opposition.
A cocky lad. You don't want to see a cocky lad run into your back four. When he scores past you and wins a derby after he's been smacked in the head, that's Jack Grealish. The celebration, when he ran up to them, started laughing and running. It's just everything about a young lad. It's just Jack Grealish. I love him, but on Saturday, if he scores against us, I won't be liking him for that 90 minutes, put it that way. But again, down here when they did us 3-0, they were a different class that afternoon. That's
still the best performance I've seen against the Boro all season. For an opposition team in 90 minutes.
I do fear it. I'll be really honest with you, I don't know, and I don't want to be negative, but for the first time ever, I don't know if we're going to get anything on Saturday. Because you can't look at it and go, oh, that's a 3-0 win to Boro. Let's be realistic. They're pushing for the playoffs. And they're starting to push at the right time now.
Well, I think it's coinciding with Grealish coming back into the team, isn't it? They beat Derby 4-0, they've won the Derby at the weekend 1-0.
His goal that he scored back-to-back goals for Grealish, he's flying, his confidence is up. He's just captained the team as well, and he captained the team and when he won the Derby, single-handedly.
You look at the players they've got going forward, especially, they've got some great players, haven't they?
Who is it? Lad on the wing, El Ghazi, is it something like that? He's wicked. Then you've got Tammy Abraham again, last time on FIFA. Another wicked player, but Tammy Abraham, he was down here, he scored. And it's the way they play it there. So Villa Park is one of my most favourite away days because of the atmosphere. I mean, when do you go to Villa Park, mate? When it's sold out, it is some stadium.
It's going to be tough, innit? It's going to be tough at the
weekend. I love Villa Park. I do. Villa Park is just a wicked stadium, mate. Like I say, if that's sold out on Saturday, Boro fans.
Well, we've got more tickets, haven't we? Because originally I think we got about 1,600 tickets or something, and they've given us another 800 now. So near enough 2,500 Boro.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to get this stream going. I'm hoping it's still on because we can't get it quite refreshed on our phones. But it's alright, we'll try and get it.
Sorry if you're trying to send us in your views and questions and stuff, and we can't access them.
I can't actually access them.
Not to worry, mate. I mean, just going back to what happened yesterday at St Andrews with Jack Grealish, there's no place for that at all in football, is there?
No. I mean, even after that game, the Chris Smalling incident at Arsenal.
Yeah.
The one with Tavernier
and Rangers and Hibs on Friday night, yeah.
There's another one as well. There's about 4 or 5 incidents that happened. And I look at it and I just think, why do that? At the end of the day, right, you might think it's big and clever at the time, going up to a footballer and punching him in the head or saying something verbal on the pitch, but it's a life ban.
Yeah.
And it's time in jail. And if that's one of your heroes that's playing, say, well, I'm not going to say it's one of your heroes that you're trying to attack, but if you're one of your heroes that's playing on the pitch against that team, you're never going to get to see him ever again.
Yeah.
What a silly thing to do.
Yeah,
I don't condone it.
It's not worth doing anything like that, is it?
We
have rivalries,
and
you want to beat teams, but that's what
enjoy
it's all
the
about.
banter in the stadium, and you know what I mean. Both the fans are singing to each other and stuff. But when it goes as far as running on a pitch and punching a professional player in the face,
no, that's shocking. That
it's just a bit. I don't get it. Even the fighting after games, the fans fight with each other, punching fisticuffs. Why? It doesn't make sense. It never has made sense. Go to the game. Support your team, enjoy the banter, go home.
Yeah, no, good one there. Steve up the Boro, nice question here. Grealish is the sort of player Boro are missing.
Yeah.
If we had that sort of money to buy him, I think he'd definitely be fantastic,
100%.
wouldn't he? Yeah, no, he would be really good. So, predictions. We're going to do the next 2 Boro games. We've got 4 other games from midweek to look at the teams that are in and around us in the playoff area. So, first of all, Preston, Wednesday night. What's your score prediction for that one, mate?
It's going to go one or 2 ways, mate. We're either going to come out and we're going to have a total different attitude and we're going to do them 2-0, or we're going to feel sorry for ourselves, we're going to sit back, we're not going to go forward much, we're not going to be able to provide anything, and they're going to do us 2-0. If I'm honest with you now, I want to say Boro win. I do want to say Boro win. I'm going to have to stick with a Boro win. I'm not confident. I feel the same way that I felt going to Brentford when I told you last week I wasn't confident.
Yeah.
I'll go for a 1-0 the Boro, mate.
1-0, that'll do.
1-0.
I'd be happy with a 1-0.
I'm not confident. What did you say?
I'm going to go 2-0. I think we will win.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, I think we'll win that one 2-0. So go with that one. And then the weekend we've got Villa away.
Where I don't know if we're going to get 3 points at Villa. I don't know. I want to say I don't know because I don't want to say Boro are going to get big because of course, you know what I mean, it's a Boro channel and I want to be positive. But I don't think we'll get 3 points. I'd take a point now. I'd take a 1-1.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad result.
But I think they're going to do us 3-0. I'd be completely real.
I've got to be honest, I think we'll get beat on Saturday. 2-0 at Villa.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one.
It hurts saying it live on a camera, but I can't be this rose-tinted Boro fan. I can't do it. I have to be real, and that's what I think will happen.
There's some of the viewers have got more faith than we have. Jack Hunter's got us for a 1-1 at Villa. So's Dean Chetwood, and Dean's got us to win 2-0 on Wednesday night against Preston. I'd be happy. If we got 4 points from those 2 games, that'd be a good return.
Be over the moon.
Yeah, it would.
Of course, the big one after that one's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah, well, we're going to the international break after the Villa game, so we'll see where we stand after next week. Other games to have a look at: Bristol City, Ipswich tomorrow night.
Come on, the town. Big fan, Alex Griffin. Massive Ipswich fan. Ipswich Town vlogger. One of my good mates. I've said to him all season long, from now to the end of the season, my second team's going to be Ipswich just for him. And I know how downhearted he is about them. Maybe he's getting relegated.
Yeah, they got a good point at West Brom on Saturday, didn't
they? They did. I'm going to go, for me, 2-0 Ipswich.
Oh, that'd be fantastic, that.
Come on, the Ipswich boys. Do it for Alex.
Can't see it, Alex, I'm afraid. Yeah. I'm going 2-1 to Bristol City. Derby, Stoke.
Stoke, for me, have been a massive letdown this season.
I tipped them to go up at the start.
But Derby, they're starting to do it again. It's starting to happen again, Derby. It's starting to happen again. These wheels are slowly coming off this Frank Lampard bus. And I think Stoke 1-0.
Stoke 1-0. Going to go 1-1 draw for that one, mate.
They're coming off. Yep. Derby, it's happening again. Richard Keogh, some more that.
Forest Villa, Wednesday night. I don't think it'll be 5-5 this time. What do you reckon that'll be?
Forest Villa. Is that a Forest?
Yes. Wednesday night.
I think Villa take the win there. 3-1. 3-1 the Villa.
I think that'll be another draw. I think that might be a 2-2 draw, that. Yeah. I think there'll be plenty of goals. Hopefully Villa get one or two sent off. That'll be good for...
Jack Grealish would be nice. Tammy Abraham get the other one. And then who was it, Johnson in goal? Give him one as well.
Yeah. And last one, West Brom Swansea.
Yeah, West Brom Swansea.
No Darren Moore.
New manager, new team. Don't really often say.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, you get a positive reaction.
And I think that's how it is. It's really weird in how football works, but I think West Brom will have no problem. 2-0 West Brom.
2-0 West Brom. I'll go 2-1 West Brom, mate. All right.
2-1.
Nice one. We'll see who's got most of them correct next week.
Aye. I don't know who got the most right.
I got 3 out of 6 last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know what I got.
Yeah. We'll work it out later on.
I'll have to work it out. Aye.
Thanks for joining us tonight on the Monday Night Club, everybody. Great to have you with us. Great for all your feedback and stuff like that. Thanks again, AJ, for joining us here, mate. Look out for the lads at the next 2 games. We're going to be outside the ground at the Riverside on Wednesday against Preston, and then also at Villa Park on Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There'll be lots of stuff coming out in the next few days as well ahead of those games. So from me and AJ here at the Longlands on the Monday Night Club, good night and up the Boro.
See ya.
Up the Boro.
Cheers, mate.
Good. Phone's always freezing, innit?
Maybe it's just with it being on the phone rather than it